Okay, good evening, everybody who has made their way to our clinic today, our online clinic. So this is the last, the last batch of tutors that we are doing for this round. We have the first round and the second round. So we haven't started the second round, so we finish off with the first round of tutors. So the topic that I am going to share today is on tutor training refreshers. Okay, so as you know, my colleague Nadia has invited you via MS Team, but you are welcome to send us an email after the clinic if you have issues pertaining to any of the topics, any queries after this. Okay, so I have we prepared uh, two polls for the session, and you're welcome to type your question. You can raise your hand and ask the question, and this session will be recorded so that if you or your tutor friends missed it, they can always go back and watch it. So I'm gonna start first with the first question. When does tutor training opens? So actually, like Miss Jess said, the rating for the CFS tutors are quite good. Almost everyone has completed their OTT. So this is just for your info. And then we do have a tutor training widget or FlexLearn tutor widget uh, at the landing page. So just for your information, tutor training is available every 3 weeks, every month. So it means in 3 weeks we open, we expect you to complete, and then we close it, do some cleanup, do some administrative work, and then uh, we'll supply the names to the HR on the completion, and then we start all over again. So as I learned from Miss Jess, who is one of the important committee members of the tutor training task force, the OTT will go through some kind of revamp in the coming month, because they want to have a bit more interactivity in terms of the content. So for those of you who have completed your OTT, when the new version of OTT is being shared, so we hope that we can bring some kind of interactivity element and makes your understanding and your knowledge a bit more meaningful in that way, and the experience will be far greater than the static one. Okay, so then before I go to the next question, I just want to draw the attention, because on the landing page we do have the FlexLearn for Tutor. So this is a one-stop tutor guide kind of widget, so that you you can always refer to the resources that we place here. Okay, there are video tutorials, there are posters, banners, and everything. So it's quite useful for you if you don't know where to start. Then you can always I think for Nadia Ismail, she can go ahead and explore this. Okay, coming back to the first page, actually I guess when you have presence online, it'd be good that you update your profile, and we want to encourage you to to put up your picture to make sure that your learner can identify you, can see you. So I think before starting off your classes, I encourage you to just update your profile, put in a picture, explore um, the features that we have in this platform. So we do have Pulse app that we use to, to send messages and notification through the app on your mobile. Okay, and this notification can also be customized and sent to your email. And you can customize it whether you want to have a daily digest of what is happening in your courses every day at what time. All of these are uh, configurable. So I welcome you to just explore before you start teaching the course. Okay, right. So a few reminders and refreshers on this is that if you are new, uh, you might know that this is the interface on the left of the landing page. You should be able to see your courses. So as you can see, we have semesters here. If you are you're tutoring with for a few semesters, you might see a few uh tabs of categories, showing the semesters that you have taught in. But unfortunately now, we, we already decided that, all tutors should be able to view courses from the current semester only. Although you have a course in the previous January semester, you have it here, but you are unable to access it anymore. So we have a standard timeline, which is the accessible date for courses and the end date at the end of the semester. So once that kicks in, you will not be able to access it anymore. So I think it's good to remind yourself and your students, if let's say there are resources that they need to download or save in their device, they should do it before the end of semester, because I think at least once every semester there will be some user who will um, ask whether it's still possible for them to re-download. So my advice would be better for the student or yourself as tutor to download the material itself before the access runs out. Okay. So I think for May, we'll close the course on the 18th of August. Okay. So be sure to remind your students and yourself if you want to download the materials. Okay. All right. Okay, moving on to the next most frequently asked question. So where can I find the OTT? So we keep it simple. The OTT is available on the landing page. It should be under the category called Discover. And as I said before, we using this new platform, it has an opening date and closing date. And once it's closed, you are not able to get back or view the previous topic. Okay. So just go ahead and show you. It's under Discover. So students will not be able to see this link called Discover. solely available for tutors and staff, because we need them to know that, we are giving out resources for tutors, and sharing resources on the same platform. I remember last time, for those of you who have been tutoring with us for a while, we have a different platform and different URL for every one of um what we plan to do. For example, tutor training previously was the URL was tutortraining.wou.edu.my. So with this new platform, we are able to host everything under one single platform. So at least you don't have to be confused. You still log into your FlexLearn, but under Discover, you should be able to see the FlexLearn tutor resources. And Miss Jess, can I ask you the question? What is going to happen with the administrative tutor training?
Actually, right now, because the course leads take care of all that, anything
I
to do with
see.
admin, and then if it's anything to do with the claims and all that, it's the course leads who sign it off, We sign
I
off for the payment for
see.
tutors and everything. So tutors have
Mm,
been shown what to do. So we don't have a administrative tutor training specifically for them, because if there's
mm,
anything, they can still contact the RC. But basically, the
mm.
course leads take care of everything, and then Cole, where FlexLearn is concerned.
Okay, thanks, Mrs. So I think I will check with Dr. Devi tomorrow whether I should disable this, because I have not received any uh formal notice that what happens to this. So I thought it was still a work in progress. So, but thank you for telling me. So I will ask Dr. Devi. Okay,
Okay. Okay.
yeah. So for the May cohort of the OTT, so it'll be here under new, and you can view all those topics under May here. Okay. If you are unable to view uh the topic that you need, you have to sometimes use the filter here, because I think there are a couple of times the tutor actually said that they're searching for the topics for that month, but they couldn't find it. But actually, s- those issues is a bit how to say, it's a bit overlapping. So sometimes you enroll under the new cohort, and then you did not realize that you have already enrolled. So you keep going under new, it will not appear. So you will only appear when you have to filter, and it will show you will be getting the result. Just that you have to explore a bit, because sometimes while you're doing something, you're enrolling, but you may have forgotten that you've already enrolled for the topic. So when you go to new, if you should not find any topic that you have enrolled in, is probably because you have to filter this and put under already enrolled, or most relevant or updated. Okay, so play around, discover things by yourself, so that you be able to navigate in the platform. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to look at one OTT topic for May. This is still ongoing. So we need to focus on the start date and end date. Okay. So it starts on the 8th of May. It will close on this Sunday, 28th of May. So again, I have to enroll to the course. Okay, right. So most of the time, it will take a while for it to enroll. Then after that, see, well, these are very common. Then may take a while for the system to enroll you. But after a while, you'll be able to see the interface of the system. Okay, all right. Okay. So if I go back to my landing page, I should be seeing, if I put under all, I should be able to see the topic 4. Okay. So I think I do have queries from or tickets from tutors saying that, Manisha, I thought you need to enroll me to topic, any of the topic, because when they click under all, they cannot see any topic for that month. But in actual fact, it's a self-managed module, so you have to enroll yourself. I cannot be the one who is going to enroll you. It has to be under Discover and self-enroll. Okay. All right. Okay. And most of the time, we will send, not most of the time, sorry. We will send every month the completion of tutors for OTT to HR. But there are times I do know that HR will ask the tutors to provide them with the award or certificate to verify that you have completed your OTT. So how do you do that? You need to go to awards. This Discover and Awards option is only available for course lead and tutors. Okay, so you can go here and you can click and generate the certificate. So you can see here also, this is the criteria that you have met. Okay, so if think for I think for CFS you don't have the issue, but for some other schools that when they attempt the OTT, they tend to say what are the criteria that can earn me a certificate or badge. So it's here, and later on I will show you how you can view the criteria in the system. Okay, so as you can see, this is the certificate. So HR sometimes will ask the tutors to reproduce this, although they have your name. Okay. Okay. So I'm just clicking back to discover. Then okay, just going to find the one I have already enrolled to, which is topic. Oh no, sorry, it is May 2020. So in each of the topics, we already put here before you should click here before you begin. These are the criteria. Okay. So it has an assessment and content. So this is different and quite unique for every topic. So I think for Miss Jess, I think topic 5, if I'm not mistaken. That one requires you to post into a forum. Okay. So read it first, understand that, what are the criteria that you need to do. Yeah. See, it's a content, and make sure to post something in the forum for assessment. Right? Okay. So we'll do one more. I'll share one more question, and then we are going to just have a simple poll for you to answer. Okay. So on how soon can I complete the OTT? The facilitators for the OTT topic have actually before planning to do the OTT, they have discussed and considered this is a module for part-time tutors. So they have come out with a number that notional number of hours for the tutors to complete. So it ranges between 3.5 to 6 hours. So but it depends on your learning curve. So if you're fast enough, your your knowledge in tutoring has been quite vast, then it's a bit more uh simpler for you to attempt this, maybe less than the notional number of hours. Okay. So we do get questions that, is OTT also available for part-time lecturers? So if you have been tutoring for WOU for a while, you do know we do have an on-campus um, mode for our students. So this on-campus mode is being conducted by the part-time lecturer too. So the answer to this question, because some of you are tutoring for ODL, for the distance learners. There might be some people is doing a on-campus part-time lecturing for us. So when you log into your account for tutor, you should be able to see the discover and award. But for part-time lecturers, you will not see that, because the modules were created specifically for tutors managing the ODL classes, distance learning classes. Okay. And I think we came across this question quite a few times in a semester, asking whether do I need to complete all of the topics. Previously, I guess there was some gap in between the different stakeholders. So I think it was not clear that all the tutors have to complete all the topics for the OTT. So I guess it was clarified, I think somewhere last year, that all tutors should complete all the topics for OTT. Okay. And for the OTT, who do you need to contact? Okay. So there are three parts of it. The first part is the content. You can actually write to us, the LMS team, or you can reach out to the facilitator yourself. Right now, we only have two facilitators anchoring all the topics. Is Miss Jasmine and Mr. Prakash. So if you write to the LMS team, we would still need to contact the facilitators to clarify items about the content. Okay. But if you have any technical issues and to verify, you need help to verify, you can also reach out to the LMS team, but you can also reach out to your course lead uh, to make sure, whether, you to verify whether you have completed your OTT. Okay. But in the sequence of the workflow, your OTT completion is updated on a monthly basis to our HR. So they do keep tab on those of you who have not completed certain topics from the online tutor training. Okay. Okay. The OTT is actually containing modules, but sometimes you may need help, additional help or materials on the OTT. So actually, if you observe, after clicking discover, all of you should be able to see. Okay. Should be able to see this first two. Okay. Administrative tutor training. This one, I think we will disable it soon. And the FlexLearn tutor resources. So this is a good avenue for you to use if you want to get resources. So we keep track on the clinic since 2022 when my colleague Nadia joined us on board, and she came up with this idea, so that we make sure that the tutor can keep track of the clinics that we have done, and is always in the know, and then there's always guides and reference for the tutors. It can come in either a PowerPoint, video. So all of these are being provided to you so that we maybe want you to tutor with us without feeling a bit lost or alone. So we are here. We want you to know and be guided at the same time. Okay. Okay. I think I've shown you that you need to enroll to the tutor training topics. I will not be the one enrolling you. The SIS will not be the one enrolling you. So it's a self-paced and self-enrolled process. Okay. Okay, and we have also seen that you can generate the certificate by clicking on the award link at the landing page. All right, and this is more on the quiz for the topics that requires you to complete it. So I think we want you to do well. We want you to pass, to complete the OTT. So I think we have still a number of people asking at the beginning of the year whether uh, the attempts will get counted. No, all the OTT topics quizzes are unlimited attempts, so you can attempt as many times you want, but once you complete it, that's it. You can obtain your ECET or what. Okay, so that is a bit more on the quizzes that you have in the various respective OTT. Okay. And this, interestingly enough, although you have completed your OTT, can still go through the current OTT that is available on that 3 weeks period, so that you can, just attempt or just read it. But do not worry that every time you go to the OTT, you must get a badge. No. Once you got a badge, it's okay. You already marked down as completed for that topic. But if you need to recall certain, I think, content pertaining to the OTT, for example, like how to manage the online classroom using Microsoft Teams, can always click in and find out from the content. Okay. All right. I guess. Yeah.
Sure, there's the question in the chat box before the
Oh,
poll.
okay.
I have put an answer, Shah.
Thanks, Mrs.
Yeah, because Rajeshwari asked whether I have to do again. So she has finished all 6. So it's just a refresher for her. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Mrs. Yeah, Miss
Welcome.
Rajesh. Yeah, you do not have to take it again. I think we are trying to educate the tutors that, whenever we come out with maybe a training module, we want you to complete it on time. And if you have question, those are the frequently asked questions, the ones that I shared with you are frequently asked, and we do get tickets from them. We get tickets, we get emails asking about the same thing. So that's why we are in a way called to conduct this session, so that we can clarify to the tutors on this. Okay. The modules can Dr. Mazlina, I mean, waktu dia apa plan and design that, because the tutors macam the old, do we have an old module, Miss Jess?
Okay, can I help you answer this? Because I've been doing tutor training all the time. Okay, Maslina and fellow colleagues. Earlier on, we used to have face-to-face tutor training, first in the various regional centers, and then we did it by video conferencing and so on. And then we also realized that there are many of our tutors, they're not academics, they are people from the industry. And then they have a lot of experience, but they don't have the pedagogy or the teaching styles or anything to handle the classes. And then if you notice, when we went online, learning how to use the FlexLearn, learning how to use MS Teams. It's not the same as when you are in the classroom. So you need guidance in all this. So I'm sorry you feel that it's a waste of time, but actually it was to equip everybody, because everybody is not on the same page. And when you are in ODL, it's very different from face-to-face. The kind of students you have in ODL, the way we teach in ODL. A lot of people think online teaching is just using Zoom and MS Teams to teach. No, there's a whole pedagogy behind it. In fact, we call it andragogy, the art of teaching adults. And that is in adult education. So that's why if you look at all 6 modules, it tells you a tutor's role, in an ODL institution, and using MS Teams, community of inquiry, which is basically the framework we use in every open distance learning situation, where you'd have learned about teaching presence, social presence in a virtual environment. So these are some of the things. And many of these things actually our tutors are not aware of, because not all of them come from an educational background. And there are not many tutors who come from an ODL background as well. So one of the things we do in WOU is we want to equip you as a tutor. I mean, you come, you work with us, we consider you as part of the family. And we also feel just like we train our course leads, we also train our tutors. So maybe you get a lot of training, you get FlexLearn clinics and so on. This is to equip you so that you are very good at what you do, because we don't want to leave you in a lurch. So, but if you feel that, these are not really beneficial and it's a waste of time, then maybe you can tell us why it is a waste of time. I mean, I'm open. I'm not saying like, you cannot give us that feedback, but let us know so that we will know what is the issue and whether we can do something better, that will help you. All right, Shah, over to you.
Yeah. Thanks. No, but because Miss Jess, I remember when we the stage of planning the tutor training. I think originally it was only 4 topics. We added then another 2. I think 3 or 4, but I cannot remember.
Originally was 3, and then we
3.
added another 3 because we felt that these were really required. Uh, you know, uh, these were also based on feedback received from students. That tutors waste time talking in the class. They don't interact. They don't have a proper teaching strategy and style. So if your course leads have been sending you students' feedback, I mean, usually CFS doesn't have major problems where tutors are concerned, but in the other schools we have. And so some of these were all addressed. And that's why we came up, like, for example, the community of inquiry framework, which I helped to design, because it tells you in an online situation how you create a teaching presence, a social presence, and so on, because not everybody is able to do that. So we wanted to equip you in that way. So that is why we added on. In fact, in the future, I'm not sure, but we may just add on, because lifelong learning, right? We need to pick up skills as, AI develops, or, whatever we are doing. We can't function the way we functioned years ago. So I hope you understand the scenario. Thank you.
Thank you. Dr. Mazlina, mungkin boleh usulkanlah melalui Rabika ke apa modul yang mungkin menarik untuk kita ketengahkan lah nanti. Because rasanya dah siap all 6 topics, tapi mungkin rasa tak begitu menarik, then we can also feedback to the tutor management task force so that kita boleh review untuk penambahbaikan.
That would be good. We can add on. I mean, because you as tutors, you see sometimes a different perspective from course leads. So please give us the feedback. We have revised the next version actually accordingly, but we can always update. Just like our course material, we can always update. Please let us know. And the others, the others who are here, if you feel that we need to improve on things, please let us know. Let your course leads know, or you can write to me straight away. I hate the tutor. I hate HEAD, the tutor task force management. All right. So you can actually do that. I'm open. I won't get upset with you. I'm open because I also want to learn, and I'm sure Shah wants to, and Nadia want to learn as well.
Okay. All right. So we still have time. Is there anything that I can assist you with? I know Jonathan has written to us about his MS Team issue today, but I think he also have logged in the ticket saying, to assist to have further assistance from the IT. So I'll try to follow up with that, because I think the issue was he can access the recording for one course, but he can for the other. So we probably need to troubleshoot and see where did we go.
Manisha,
Yes.
Thank you. The IT already managed to fix the recording.
Oh, okay.
So when I tested it, right,
Yeah.
everything is in order. I appreciate. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Oh, thanks. Thanks.
Thanks, Jasmine, also.
Welcome. Actually, I mean, thank God that they got back to you quickly
Yes, yes.
so that we can.
They are very efficient. Very efficient.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks. And I noticed Dr. Sheila also. I think she joined the SST because Dr. Sheila has multiple fields. So I see her name here also.
Yeah, Dr. Sheila is our adjunct course lead for Unimaths General Studies. She's also our tutor and she's also our part-time lecturer. So she wears 3 hats.
Yeah, and in multiple school.
Yeah, and she also is an
Yes.
SST and so on. Yeah,
Yeah.
because she's a maths person, right?
Yeah.
Shah,
Okay.
if do you have anything, or can I just let the tutors here know of some plans that we
Yeah,
have?
sure.
Yeah,
Sure.
okay. Since a number of you are here, just to let you know that this year we are thinking of having tutor appreciation, makan. We are thinking of giving long-serving awards to our tutors who have been with us for a long time. So everything is in preparation. So if you're basically from Penang, KL, and Kuching, it will be on the 19th of August. So just keep 19th of August free. You don't have to fly into Penang to the headquarters. Our deans will come to you. So there will be people in Kuching and people in Penang and people in KL. And for those from JB and Ipoh, we will come to you the following week. I will be in JB myself, on the 26th. So there will be a time where we can sit and have a chat, get feedback from the tutors and all that. It is very important for us in WOU to get that feedback because we want, the tutors are the strength of this university as well. So we want to maintain that. And that's why you'll find that Shah and Nadia and the whole core team, each time they're doing different things to make it interesting. I mean, life has changed from the PDFs, we went to a different version of Flex, and now it's because there's continuous development and adjusting to the situation. So always feel free to give feedback to the core team as well. And if you, appreciate them, you can show reactions and, show your thanks and your love to them because they take time to sit and do all this for you. Okay. So thanks a lot, Shah, on behalf of the tutors of CFS. And
Oh.
Nadia too, we really appreciate all that you're doing.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Mrs. No problem at all. It's just we we want to help together because we've been I think I've seen names here. SCFS tutor doesn't change drastically. So the names I see here I've seen for a long time. So no problem at all. Thank you, Mrs.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, there's Nadia Ismail. Okay. Sorry to ask, as part-time lecturers, we will have another OTT in future to improve and help our skills in teaching, especially online. Shah, you want to answer that?
Yes. Yeah. So part-time lecturer because part-time lecturers and tutors are different here in WU. So as tutors.
Actually, there are a lot of things in common, Shah, as a tutor and as a part-time lecturer, if you're online, isn't it?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
if
yeah.
you go through the OTT, there's a lot that you can take into the classroom as well.
Yeah. I think is Nadia on the line? Is she in the chat?
On the line, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So let me
So
just
because
answer
I'm
that.
afraid to interrupt, that's why I come up for chat box, everything.
Okay.
Okay, so
Basically,
basically like because I previously ongoing for the
last 2 weeks that the WOU doing like some of like OTT with the Unimas with the I think one of the lecturer for Unimas lah. So it's just like really like exciting and brilliant, especially to help others like not just like part-timer lecturer but the tutors to improve, especially online. Because nowadays the online is like really like updating the improving for learning education. So as a part-timer, especially we are always like face to face with the students. So sometimes that we want to make sure that the student are encouraged, interesting to come to the class, everything, have a Q&A section. And then we as an educator, so we need to something like make the slide different, more interesting to make sure the student will encouraging everything and so on. So this is one of things that WOU did previous, so it's help for me as well to encourage and talk with the student as well. So I hope that in future also WOU can try to do not just like in the face to face but encouraging for online as well.
Yeah. I think to answer that, actually the tutor management task force, they have started slowly, gradually started to dissect certain areas. For example, they started with Microsoft Teams because that was the first thing in communicating to your student, because for tutors you do it online, right? So I think from last week's session with the SST and this week's session, I can see that people are, noticing that, they do have issues uh, with the platform, with the features, with the tools. So, I mean, tutor management task force is trying to address one by one those issues. So, for the online kind of training that you require, I feel in generically we can help, we can do. But I think certain things is based on the course itself, because that's why we have we can have a generic training, but we also have a course specific one. So that has to, I think we have to segregate that lah. I don't know. What do you think, Mrs.?
Okay, if I understand Nadia correctly, Nadia, correct me if I am not understanding you properly, but I think Nadia is asking about help for PTLs, more training for PTLs. Is that true, Nadia?
Yeah, PTL, but as we like Miss Jasmine said, like everyone is like contribute also. I mean everyone lah, okay, to encouraging for the as a educator lah. But for me as a tutor as well, so that's my part lah to make sure during my class that student were interesting for the teaching coming to the class good slide, the way that the skill of learning skill everything so on that will be included lah. So because like me as a what we call the educator, we need something new actually. So that we need help from others not in university to improve our skill as well, especially like teaching, like a skill for not training lah, but to teach how to make sure that we can use other tool, especially like Genial, so Canvas or what we call blackboards or like FlexLearn, so we can put inside in together lah, like Google or Classroom or Zoom in one, or maybe a interesting presentation slide that were really like nowadays like they are mixed with the AI, GPT AI, something like that. So to make sure that
Fine, Nadia,
like
that's a whole list of things. We will thank you so much. We are giving you that support little by little. In fact, sometimes we feel bad because we're asking our tutors to come in at night or on a Saturday, which is not easy because they're also committed. And there is this understanding that they are part-time staff with us. So we cannot like take up a lot of their time for the training and so on, because your full-time job should actually be giving you that training if you're in education. All right. I'm not saying we won't, but in WOU, if you notice, we do give enough and we will do it one by one. But on your own as well, it would be good if you pick up some of those skills, because if you go in, you know, to the internet, to YouTube, you will also get a lot of things. But as an organization, we will step in and do things one by one. And I would encourage you personally, Nadia, if you don't have a background in education, doing a postgraduate diploma in education would be good, because that will teach you assessment, you know, the techniques and all that. But it will be hard for us to do everything like that, because we have people both from education background and people in non-education background. So we got to see what is the most urgent in our list of priorities, if I might say. You know, right now, teaching online. That's why we started off with the MS Teams, how to enhance it, because the tutors use it, you know, for their classroom. So anyway, no worries. You can actually put down a list of this and pass it to me. Yeah, I think we can do that so that we don't
Do
take
a
time from
wish
the
list.
others. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, do a
so
wish
thank you,
list.
thank you. So at least just like I love to like express gratitude lah, because I really excited like the way that WU did for the TOT everything. So it's encouraging me lah to continue and working everything, be giving the best lah for the student as well, and help for WOU as well for as educator as well. Thank you, thank you, thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you. Welcome. So
Yeah.
send us your wish list, Nadia, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, and we'll see what we can do.
Okay.
Isha.
All right. So, okay. Although there's a few of us, but I think there's some new ideas and feedback that came out from this training or session. So thank you, Miss Jess. Thank you, everyone, for taking your precious time this evening. So we will see you in maybe the next series of FlexLearn Clinic. Okay.
Yasmin.
Oh.
Yes.
Nak tanya sikit, nanti takkan ada kelas bersemuka lagi ke? Bahasa kebangsaan?
No, because WOU has gone online.
Okey, 100%.
Yes. It is
okay.
also a request from our students.
Oh,
We have considered the request from the students after the pandemic, many of them working overtime and so on, so they can only watch the recording. So we have gone online for ODL, except our face-to-face students still have classroom sessions.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Night.